Welcome back to Typically with Dr. Tiffany, where we unpack life's complex layers, break through fears, and share real testimonies of resilience and growth. This one, you're still going to get affirmations and insights, but this time it's a call to action. Now listen, typically the Constitution says in the First Amendment that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. And the preamble aims to establish justice and secure the blessing of liberty for all. But if you've been paying attention to our communities and the news, you might be wondering, has that really been true? For you, for your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents? We live, we push through because, to be honest, we have to, right? But are we awake and aware? Or are we walking around in survivor mode? Heads under the covers, or are we so bold to say, I'ma just do me? It's time to decide, because staying silent isn't neutral anymore. Silence leads to them thinking you agree, even if you don't. And I don't know about you, but wouldn't it be nice to see some liberty in our lifetime? Give us free, okay? We forget we've got power, some God-given, some systemic, and it's time to use it for hope, for healing, for justice. You can't act like you're asleep now. You're lying, okay? It's right in your face. So let's get into it. Before I flew out for New York Fashion Week, my sister and I were gifted free tickets to a musical. I had no clue what to expect, but was it a gift? It was called 44, the unofficial, unsanctioned Obama musical, playing at the Studebaker Theater in downtown Chicago. This wasn't just entertainment, it was a movement, a political satire narrated through the lens of how Joe Biden's character kinda remembers it, walking us through Obama's presidency with flair, truth, and soulful songs. Let me tell you, the singing, impeccable, the lyrics, bold, witty, and radio ready. I wanted to download the album from rap to classical to R&B to blues, you name it, they had it. The dancers were floating on their feet, the costumes were on point, and the overall vibe, swaggy, elegant, hilarious, and necessary. This play reminded us of Obama's fight, his oppression, his hope, our hope. You laugh, you cry, you reflect, and you get reignited to not give up. Even when times seem weird now, think back to when they were worse with bin Laden and so on. It ended in Chicago on September 21st, sorry. But tickets start at only $44. And listen, I might go again in another city just to catch what I missed. Check your local listings to see when it's playing in a city near you. Now, fast forward from Chicago. To New York City. City lights, rooftops, street energy, fashion, culture, celebration. But even with the glitter and vibrance of the city, I couldn't ignore the heaviness, because the world, still in crisis. Here we are in the land of liberty, America, and I was in New York with the Statue of Liberty. While it's not slaves per se being sold, but our actual liberty feels like it's being auctioned off. I'll share some Black revolutionary art visuals during this segment from my recent visit to Chicago's Art Institute Museum, as it's sad how relevant in 2025 these images from Elizabeth Catlett, born in 1954, still reign true today. Young Black adults and people of color going missing, found dead, lynched, with silence from media and government of profound coverage, and to confirm that this act was an actual lynching, but claiming a suicide. DeMartravion Trey Reed, a 21-year-old college student trying to better his life, was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 15-year-old girl, went missing in 2024, and on September 17th, authorities identified her decomposed body found in an impounded Tesla in Hollywood on September 8th. Dakara Thompson, a 19-year-old Maryland woman that went to put gas in her car August 22nd, then went missing and recently found dead. Cause of death is still being determined, but a man was arrested. These stories we are hearing are not of advancement or progress. It's giving deja vu, 1930s, 1950s, Jim Crow. It's giving strange fruit. Southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Billie Holiday sang it in 1939 and risked everything to speak out. The government tried to silence her with charges, but her song still speaks today. I'm reminding you of these stories to give hope that you have the power to use your creativity, voice, and influence to make a difference against the odds. All in all, she was a trailblazer, and we need that energy now more than ever. We need it because Charlie Kirk's assassination on September 10th is sparking both outrage and confusion. Live right, get close to God, because legacy speaks louder than life sometimes. So make sure you're on the right side of history. Jimmy Kimmel's sudden cancellation for speaking out against Charlie Kirk and then rehired after the big corporations started losing money to boycotts exposed how fragile freedom of speech is, even for cisgendered presenting white men. So what does that mean for the rest of us? This is furthermore of a reason why we should care about what's happening, even if it's not directly in your own home. DEI bans, healthcare cuts, Social Security under threat, Gaza, Palestine, Africa, poverty, lack of sustaining our elders. Y'all, when human rights are being played like poker chips, we all lose. Martin Luther King Jr.'s words ring in my ears. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The scripture, Jeremiah 22:3, act with justice and righteousness and deliver from the hand of the oppressor anyone who has been robbed. And Micah 6:8, he has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. If you haven't noticed from just these past few headlines, your actions are necessary. So I took a boat ride to clear my head, watched the water, breathed in the moment, and I realized the world can feel like it's burning, but we still have power. Every single one of us can do something to create change. It might look like smiling at someone who needs it, voting, speaking truth at the dinner table, running for office, being a mentor, organizing your team for good, just being real and consistent in your love. You don't need a platform to make an impact. You need purpose. And if you're still breathing, you've got purpose. You are a trailblazer in your own right. Take a deep breath with me and say this out loud or whisper it or just believe it in your soul. I love myself, my community, and I choose hope for a better world. I choose joy and action even when the odds seem stacked against me. I choose to build generational wealth and generational truth. I am stronger than what they taught me to believe I am. I am a trailblazer for my family, for my community, and for this moment. I know this episode was a little bit heavy. Sorry, but it's the world we're living in. But that's all the time we have for today. This week's challenge, choose an action, any action, but make it count. Remember and embrace what brings you joy and grounds you, whether that's working out, nature, meditation, reading scripture, calling an elder loved one, rereading a motivational book, listening to a Martin Luther King Jr. speech, or whatever to remember why this world is important and needs to be preserved. Then figuring out your purpose and how to preserve it or making it a better place, whether that's through your job, pouring into strangers, or charity. Making sure you're registered to vote, and doing an internal check to make sure you are not part of the problem. You can be a positive example because tomorrow isn't promised, but we know who's holding us down in our tomorrow. You are seeing Kings and Queens. Like, comment, check out the links below, and subscribe. Please share this episode with a fellow trailblazer. We need each other. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Typically with Dr. Tiffany. Until next time, be well, stay rooted, and know this: the world is calling out to you.